Hi, I'm Dr. David Tener here at the Goldberg Tener Clinic, where we assist patients in reversing chronic health conditions. Today, I am delighted to be joined by Miss Ellie Mason. Ellie came to see us originally from Arizona. She's in California now, working for the summer. And so she's joined us here on Zoom to share the success that she's achieved in reversing rheumatoid arthritis, which she was diagnosed with last year in 2023. So, Ellie, when you were originally diagnosed, just kind of paint the scenario of what happened at that time, what symptoms you were having. So, go ahead. I'll let you start from the beginning.
Okay, so at the time, I was in Jerusalem for like a study abroad trip, and starting like in January, once I got there, my feet just started to feel like a little bit puffy, and then it like moved to my knee, and then by May, like I could barely walk upstairs, and like I was taking like tons of ibuprofen every day. The doctor out there just told me to like keep taking ibuprofen and like it would probably go away. And and then finally like I after like not being able to walk up the stairs and then having to take like all the pain relievers, he finally said like you probably have rheumatoid arthritis. So end of May, I got home and I went and saw a doctor and I tested positive for rheumatoid arthritis. And they wanted to put me on like some drugs and like some steroids and stuff like that. And yeah, by this time, I could barely still walk upstairs. I couldn't run. I like holding someone's hand hurt, like driving hurt, walking across the kitchen floor. Like my family had a tile floor and it hurt. Like it was so bad. I couldn't go barefoot. Otherwise, my feet would be in like so much pain.
Oh, so yeah, I mean, your symptoms came on, sounds like pretty quickly and were quite debilitating. And saw a rheumatologist. They wanted to put you on medications. You were already taking a bunch of non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs just to get by. And the normal course is where patients would get put on steroids and then eventually transitioned into a biologic. As you, I think, probably recognize that there's a lot of risk with that, a lot of side effects with those drugs. And so, thankfully, you found out about us and you flew out to Georgia, and we did a very thorough evaluation on you, and we definitely found some things that we needed to work on. Our objective with patients with any type of chronic health issue that comes to see us is to identify why they developed it. You know, you're a young woman, and at one point prior to this, you were healthy. You didn't have this problem. And so there were reasons why this evolved with you and why you developed it. And that's really what we needed to get really identify and get down to so that we could start addressing those things. And rather than suppress your symptoms and kind of cover them up with drugs, we wanted to start restoring your health and normalizing function so you could evolve back into a state of good health like you were before. Right. So just a different approach in addressing these things, one that I think makes good sense and that we have seen work with many of the patients that we've worked with these types of problems. So in Ellie's case, we found some digestive issues that we needed to work on. We also had found that she had been exposed to some toxic chemicals through toxicology testing that are known to contribute to autoimmune issues. And she also had a very abnormal stress response, which we saw through testing. We just actually went over that a few minutes ago in Ellie's consultation, and we were looking at before and after lab work, and we got some beautiful changes in her test results. But Ellie, you know, it's been almost a year, I think, since you originally came in. So how are you doing now? What's changed? And first of all, are you taking any drugs currently?
No, I'm not taking any drugs currently.
Okay.
Um, and what's changed?
Yeah, I mean, before you could barely walk, barely move up and down the stairs, and you know, you had all these symptoms with your joints. What's your status now?
Now I don't have like any pain really. Like I feel like I'm completely back to like how I was before. Like as long as I'm doing like exactly what like the what we talked about and like following the program, then I literally feel no pain. And it's crazy because I didn't think that was possible.
Well, the beauty of that now is that you know what you need to do to stay well. And
Mm,
so the patient now, and Ellie is now in control of her situation. We were able to identify what factors were causing her problems. She knows what she needs to do now to stay healthy, and we've reinforced those things to her over time. And now she can lead a pain-free existence without dependency on drugs. And she's a young woman with a bright future. So it's very important as she completes her studies in school and moves on to her career that she be feeling good without pain and without disability so she can achieve all of her goals. So Ellie, we're just absolutely thrilled for you. And I want to add one more thing. Ellie was an excellent patient. She followed up on time. She made an effort to implement the steps that we gave her. We tell people when they come in, we can't help you unless you're willing to help yourself. So half the battle is for us to figure out what's going on and give you the right advice. And then the other half of that is for Ellie and the other patients we work with to actually implement those steps consistently and with discipline. And Ellie did an excellent job of doing that. So she really earned every bit of improvement that she achieved. So kudos to you on that, Ellie. Do you have anything else
thanks.
you'd like to add?
Um, yeah, like I went to a health conference the like last week, and it was about like longevity. Um, and like everything in that conference was exactly what you've told me. And they had it like all backed up and everything. And it was like, if you guys want to live to be 100, like this is how you guys should eat. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm already doing all of that. Like, and I was with my mom and my grandma, and I was like, I'm already doing like all of that. And so I feel like I actually like I tell people this all the time. Like I honestly like talk about you guys and your clinic even to like all my friends who have like Hashimoto's or thyroid or like endometriosis, like any of them, I'll always just say like I feel like a better person ever since like starting eating like this and like changing my lifestyle in these ways. And I feel like it's just made me mentally, emotionally, and spiritually better as well. And I know that it will also pay dividends when I'm older. And I think that's also one of the coolest things ever because, like, I'm in charge of my own life now. And I feel like so much more confident in my health and my well being and my spirituality and emotionalness in general. And I think that's like one of the biggest blessings ever.
Wonderful.
So
Well,
thank you guys. You guys are
yeah,
amazing.
I could not have said that better myself because one of our key objectives when we work with people is not only to help them overcome the health issues they came in with, but to reinforce their health all over so that you can maintain good health, have good longevity, and not have much less risk of developing problems later on. Because we couldn't get you well from rheumatoid disease without getting you healthy all over at the same time. So it's part of the package.
Yeah.
And you said
So
that so beautifully. So Ellie, it was a pleasure working with you. We look forward to you continuing to build on the good success and maintaining good health for the future. And we appreciate you sharing your story. I think it will serve as an inspiration to other people suffering with similar issues. So thank you.
cool. Yeah. Thank you so much, Dr. Tenner.
You're welcome.